The fielding of Grenada hasn't been of the best. Had a few opportunities that put down a catch. Number of misfields.
Over the top. Clock. Ooh, not far away. $100,000 for hitting the clock in the pavilion. It was on the way. How far away is it? Not far, but far enough.
And certainly long enough. Sir Alan for a second there saw some money flying through the window.
I don't think it would have made him broke. I don't think it would have made all that difference to his bank account.
Well, this is a good period for Barbados. They've managed to accelerate just at the halfway point. 8 wickets in hand. 2 batsmen well set.
Hit it pretty well. Perhaps that's why they couldn't get the single from it. Last ball of his spell now for George. Down the wicket and wide of the fielder. Good save. He'll come back for the second bat piece. A good return. What a fine return. Well, he's run out 1 already tonight with a direct hit. That's a good return, but they've got 2 off it. 81 for 2, 12 overs gone.
81 for 2.
Things setting up nicely for Barbados. A bit slow at the beginning, but they didn't lose more than 2 wickets. 8 to go. And the acceleration has started. Lots of wickets in hand. Grenada were pretty effective with their spinners early on. But Barbados seem to have the measure of them now. Got to start thinking.
Barbados just stuttered for the first half of their innings. 58 for 2 off 10. And as Trinidad and Tobago did the other evening, now beginning to accelerate. 81 for 2. Change in bowling, John Sylvester, experienced campaigner, age of 38, has been around seemingly for ages. He and his brother were integral part of the Windward Islands team for some time. His brother Kester Sylvester.
An excellent surface for this game tonight. Ball coming onto the bat. See that sheen on the wicket and that darkish colour.
Hinds just being unable to get the ball away here. The experienced Ryan Hinds, West Indies international, got 16 off 28 deliveries. Being shown up here by Jonathan Carter. Just can't place the ball. Just can't find it. Hinds completely ill at ease here.
Playing across that front pad, Ryan Hinds. Ball just angled across him.
Lucky to get a full toss, but he only gets a single for it. Really is struggling, Ryan Hinds. 4 deliveries, just a single now. Puts pressure again on Carter. Wickets in hand. Gotta have a go.
He's hit some big sixes tonight, Jonathan Carter. And that's good bowling. Very full and straight. Good over, just 1 off it.
Now they're looking to maximise this last delivery. A boundary at least. Just the 1 run off the over. Stall things. Hinds has found difficulty in getting the ball away. just a single off the last delivery. Hinds not putting any pressure whatever on the fielders, just jogging through. Ends the over 83 for 2, 7 overs remain.
We're continuing our random draws and giving out
There have been some massive sixes hit tonight. Jonathan Carter has visited the crowd 3 times, and none bigger than this one. This is the one that almost got the clock. $100,000 if you hit that clock. He's happy it missed.
3 for 2. Hinds 17 off 30 deliveries. He needs to do something here, Ryan Hinds, or let the others get in. They've got wickets in hand. He's struggling tonight. Carter isn't. Camillus Alexander, right arm leg spinner, is coming on now. And we go down to Mike Hazeman.
Yeah, thanks, Coase. I mean, we know Stanford 2020 cricket is a lot about the youngsters. I've found some youngsters here, and of course, they're all supporting Grenada. That's right, guys. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit wrong. Oh, almost a great catch. What a great effort that was. Fly to delivery, advancing down the track, drilled straight back at the bowler, and it almost stuck. His reaction time was absolutely outstanding. And just hitting the turf at the last minute, so a brilliant performance, but a little bit of a life there for Barbados. Big shot, half a dozen. That's gone for 6. It's all out attack at the moment. The runs are coming quite well for Barbados after an interesting start. Now things seem to be okay. They're back on track, and the run rate is climbing all the time. Just a fraction short that time, and picked up easily and slammed for 6. Okay, so I've got all the kids from Barbados here at the moment. Serge, you're pretty happy with the way things are going right now?
Can you say that again, please?
Yeah, maybe I will. You're pretty happy the way things are going right now, Serge?
Yeah.
Okay, now
Very
were you worried at the start?
Yes, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, but you always had confidence. You knew they were going to be all right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kelly, you've also you've piped up a little bit as well. That's a single now to bring up the 50 for Carter. It really has been a very good knock. Jonathan Carter's played superbly, hasn't he?
Yes.
Okay, what do you like about his batting? You've been watching it pretty closely.
He might be doing it off and on, but he's good at it. I just wanted a lot more 6s than what he's doing right now. So he needs to put more effort into it, and he can beat Barbados, can win this game.
Okay, you seem losing your voice. I'll let you go for the time then. Go back to Serge. Serge, you like the way that Carter's played? He's got quite a few shots in his bag, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many runs are Barbados going to get? Have you worked it out? Who's worked it out? How many runs are they going to get?
Like 150.
More than 150.
More than 150.
200.
200. 200's the call here, so it's they've still got some work to do, that's for sure. The kids are loving the cricket. 14 overs gone, 91 for 2.
A fairy tale. A game for the ages. A success story. A destination. Or simply destiny. Antigua and Barbuda, we welcome you.
Overs to go.
Well, they will get a big score, but Ryan Hinds has got to get out of the fashion he's going. He's got 18 off 32 deliveries, just can't get going. He's only hit 1-4, and there are people like Dwayne Smith that come. He's got to get a move on here. Ryan Hinds, experienced cricketer. Even his running between the wickets has been lethargic. Now you'll have to hurry here. Gets in. Just gets a single. They need attacking batsmen from both ends at this stage of the innings with 8 wickets in hand. Just singles are really not good enough, and Hinds with 19 from 33 deliveries has just pulled the handbrake up one stage, and Carter the other way. He's got his foot in the accelerator.
Very good length from Sylvester, forcing the batsman to hit the ball up the ground, not giving them any angles to use. Hinds on 19 struggles on.
Full toss, he still can't get a full toss away. They're coming for the second. Return to the bowler's end, dives home. They make it. Well, he's 20 years of age, agile, quick between the wickets, and they come back for the second. Good return.
And this is Etienne. Got rid of it very quickly, off balance, but accurate.
Carter's down now. I think he's winded himself with that dive. Comes one of the reserves. Diving on concrete out there, it's so hard. Flat out, just winded. One of the reserves, two reserves. The tournament physiotherapist Stephen Partridge is also out there. Now here Carter getting his 50 with shots like this. Tremendous blows.
Picks up the line and the length very early. Mark of a good player. He knows how to put them away when they're loose. 50 for Jonathan Carter. Those 4 big sixes.
Carter is recovered now. Will be Ryan Hinds in the strike. Which perhaps with the way he's going tonight is exaggeration to say that he's in strike. Scrambled through for a leg by. 96 for 2. With 5 overs and 2 balls remaining. Wickets in hand. They really want to get someone like Dwayne Smith, a huge hitter, to come in now. They can't afford to get singles and dot balls and so on. Well, little attempt there with a full toss. Straight to the fielder, however. Shouldn't be smiling about that. It's a dot ball.
Well, it was a nice thought, but couldn't get it fine enough. Just wanted to slide it off the face.
Only 6 runs off the over. Still not up to 100 yet. 97 for 2, 5 overs remain.
The latest winner of the Stanford 2020 souvenir pack sits in seat E62. E62, the one souvenir pack.
To go 97 for 2. I've come to the Grenada camp. I've got the coach Dwayne Gill with me in a moment just to get a quick update about the injury to Heron Campbell. What's the deal there, coach?
Well, the word from the physio is that it's not looking good. It's possibility it could be broken. He's on his way to the hospital, and it looks as though he'll be out of the game.
Okay, so he's a big player. He's a former captain, of course, before Raul Lewis arrived, a number 3 batsman. So that's a huge blow for you guys. Yes,
he was scheduled to bat at number 3 today. He's a good player. But we think we have enough batters in the team. We play the extra batsman, so we hope to beat Barbados with 10 men.
Okay, well, I guess a situation where, I mean, you guys have been talking about this, I'm sure if something happens to someone, the other guys have got to stand up and be counted.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what it's about. When you're under it, you gotta come good, and we think that we have enough batsmen in the team to get whatever total Barbados gets.
Okay, now what total do you want to restrict them to?
Well, looking at the total now, if we can get them to around 135, 140, we feel like we can get those runs.
Okay, all right. Conditions are good out there in the middle for batting.
Yeah, certainly the conditions are pretty good. You got to give credit to the Barbadian batsmen as well.
In the air, could be taken. Oh, dropped. That's down. Gee, we've seen some amazing fielding today, but we've seen some pretty ordinary fielding, coach. There's a couple of catches that should have been taken.
Yeah, that has been a problem throughout the tournament. We've been working on the catching, but on the day when it's up in the air, the fellas just put the catches down. But as I was saying before, we've got to give the Barbadian batsmen credit. Carter in particular played well. We're still in it, and we're hoping to get them, as I said, around 135, 140.
Alrighty, thanks, Dwayne. Thanks for your time. And let's go back upstairs.
Thank you very much, Mike Haseman. Jonathan Carter has had a couple of lives. Remember, he was dropped on 12 and 43, but it's not his fault. He's a good player. And he goes down to Dennis George again. And surprisingly, it was George who put down that chance a little while ago. He's a superb fielder. Missed that chance. 100 comes up for Barbados. Hinds isn't picking up any momentum. 16 overs gone, 102 for 2.
Ryan Hinds has got to get out, I reckon. How can you have Dwayne Smith just sitting in the dressing room, or the dugout, as you like to call it, just waiting and can't get a hit? He's the biggest hitter they've got. Although after Carter tonight, that crown might be in doubt. 102 for 2, father and son. Sir Alan Stanford and his son Ross watching the action. That's a great drive down to long off. He's a sweet timer. Here's Jonathan Carter. He's had a couple of lives, but you've got to take a few chances in this game. That's cricket in general. If you're not prepared to take a risk, you're never going to make a run.
Yeah, it's not his fault. Yeah, that's more like what Ryan Hinds needs to be doing. Just have a go. Only 3 overs left after this, so throw caution to the wind. Enough wickets are left in the tank. And Ryan Hinds has picked up a boundary.
But it was a gift, and he'd be thankful for that. Cross-bat shot, should have gone for 6.
More runs. It should be 4 runs. 8 off 2 balls to Ryan Hinds. He switched gear and he's got the pedal to the floor.
It was pretty well bowled, that last delivery, apart from the fact that it was just a little too much leg side. The length was good, but the line was not. And the fine leg glance for 4. '97 partnership.
That's okay. You might say he could have looked to hit it straight down the ground. He's only got a fraction of a moment to decide, but he's making an effort at least to get the ball dispatched now. Oh, a missed stumping. It's oh, is it? Did the ball hit the stumps? Because the feet weren't in the crease.
I think he knocked the bails off with his glove first, and the ball might have been in the right hand. But he was definitely out of his crease.
Look at the hands. Look, where is the ball? Oops, where's the ball going? Now, ball may not have hit the stumps. The fingers, you're right, Bruce. The fingers may have hit and dislodged the bails. So a missed stumping by Fletcher. Ooh, they're running them ragged in the field now. Running them ragged. 17 overs gone, 113 for 2.
Yeah, the pressure's on the fielders now. There's just 3 overs remaining, and they're going to try and get 20 and over from here on in. This is when they start picking up their bats and swinging. See, the ball missed the stumps, and he's knocked the bails with his gloves. So that's why there was no appeal. They didn't even bother. But even from there, he could have gone run around, picked up the ball, and had the second go.
$113 for 2, 3 overs left. Rate 6.65. Where will they get to if they continue? A 133. Barbados will want much more than that. We'll want 3 big overs here of upwards of 10, upwards of 10.
Can the bowlers deliver? Last 3 overs, the pressure's on everybody out there. Terrific partnership, nearly the 100 up, but the pressure's now on the bowlers in the field. Can they deliver? No balls to hit for 6. That's picked the man out at deep mid-wicket there just for a single. So 2 good deliveries, 2 singles. And can he just hold this pressure? Fire the ball in full at their feet.
That's found the gap. Now will it get there? Yes, it gets there. Another boundary for Carter. This is a wonderful partnership. 105 it is from 88 balls. Only the second 100 partnership of the tournament. Lyndon James and Alston Bob, who here that did it before.
Just saying about firing it into his feet. And that was a short delivery. That should have been hit for 4, and it was. There's another one. It's in the air. It's down to long on. Sylvester gets around and takes the catch. Sorry, it's Baptiste. So a good run out from him early on and a good catch there. Got away from him, but he grabbed it second time.
This is a good catch, a very good catch. Now when you're running at full pelt, he picks up the trajectory of it and it bubbles out of his hand. He settles, almost runs too far to his right, but then he has the presence of mind, the awareness and the balance to get it. 61 to Carter, well played, 119 for 3.
A fairy tale. A game for the ages. A success story. A destination. Or simply destiny. Antigua and Barbuda, we welcome you.
That's gone. If you've just come back and you've seen that halfway through the air, Ryan Hinds has lofted it down towards the airport car park. Length will go a fair distance at this stage.
He's finally found the middle of the bat. There's Ryan Hinds. That's gone a long way. Now he's up to 40 from 45. They need 6 more off this. Well bowled. Full. Should be kept to a single. And back for 2, and he's run out. Crazy running. That's Baptiste again. He's in the game. 2 run-outs and a catch. Terrific cricket from him.
He kept his calm. The objective here is to get the ball into your hands first. Don't hustle it. Get the throw in flat. It skids off the turf. It's not high where it takes a longer time because of a loop on it. Fantastic throw. And this is a dangerous batsman gone for naught. Dwayne Smith's gone 126 for 4.
Left. Dwayne Smith run out that pitch for naught. The batsman now in as single holder.
Cinder Holder is the new batsman. Not much time really to get stuck in. He's got 2 overs as a partnership. This young man has come back from very disturbing circumstances. Almost lost his life. Cinder Holder. So he's just happy to be back on the park again and playing. Nellen Pascal into the attack again.
Well, a good move this. They had to get Nellen Pascoe back on. It's just 2 overs remaining. This will be his last. And very good figures from him. Just none for 15 so far. Bowled quite fast early. And rocked Barbados onto the back foot with a couple of short deliveries. That's very close.
It should have been a single as well, but I think the batsman was a little caught up in the appeal. Where does it strike him? Is it outside the off stump? Oh, it's on the off stump now. He's lucky to survive here. That struck him inside the off stump and would have hit the stumps. That should have been given out. He's gotten away, but he hasn't made full use of it. Could have run a single, Bruce, easily.
Did he get inside edge? No, I don't think so. Probably the umpire, Billy Doctorow, thought maybe a bit too much sideways movement, maybe missing leg stump. That's high in the air, and a long way. 6 more.
Using the pace. Using the pace, Holder. He's a big man. He does this easily. Look how easily he does this. He doesn't have a big swing. He just times it. Yes, nice. A good flow of the bat in the direction of the hit. He's a big boy.
It was a great shot, wasn't it? Beautifully controlled. So Pascal's length has to be spot on here, because this man obviously is powerful and can hit through the line of the ball for 6.
Pretty unorthodox, but he gets it away for 1, gets Ryan Hinds on strike, and you could see him searching for that Yorker, even the one that maybe went for 6, whether he was trying to repeat the LBW call or he was searching for that Yorker. He was short of the length that he required, and again he's short of that length. He's got a good slow ball as well, Pascal. I like him. I like Pascal a lot. I think he offers you pace, reasonable control, definitely a talent. One of those guys again who you have to get hold of and refine. That's a slower ball, Bruce.
Well called, Bish. Yeah, there's a couple of different theories in 2020 cricket, especially bowling at the death like this, as to whether you keep trying to bowl Yorkers, and it's very, very difficult to bowl the Yorker length consistently. So at times you're better off backing off the pace, rather than try to bowl Yorkers all the time. And it was very good thinking from Nilan Pascal. He was just 1 ahead of the batsman there. Good stuff.
He wants to finish strong. He needs to finish strong as a bowler. That's another slower ball. Oh, it's found the gap. That is awesome. That is an awesome shot, because the shot had to be delayed from Ryan Hinds, and he got it away for 4. 19 overs gone, 137 for 4.
Well, just 1 over remaining, and on a pitch like this, see the slow delivery? It's just short enough to get underneath it. Gave him enough time to hit it for 4. On a pitch like this, you'd be expecting 180, not 150. I think 150 is all they're going to get.
Hinds 45, 137 for 4. During the break, Sherwin Winchester will be performing live here at the stadium. And he will be also signing autographs.
This crowd has built up significantly since what I think in the first 15 minutes of play. There were a few areas on the grass banks that were vacant. Now you can barely see anything between the spectators. Grenadian flags is fluttering in the wind. Even the hairstyle. There's Rena again, right of screen. She is from Grenada, though she supported many of the other, I suppose, smaller islands in the tournament, but Grenada is where her heart is, and she's in full force tonight. John Sylvester to bowl the final over.
Gee whiz. Will these drop catches cost them the match? Clyde Telesford out there in the deep. It was nicely picked up off the toes, but pretty much straight to him. And these are the catches that will win you matches. You drop them and didn't quite get there in time. It's a full toss in the gap, and that's 4 more. Not a good start, not a good over. They just had to restrict them to maybe 10 or 12, and they've got 8 from the first 2 deliveries.
Well, again, Sylvester searching for that Yorker, but it looks as though Holder prefers the leg side for the moment. Maybe he has offside shots, but he's not being allowed to use them because he's stepping across to off stump and looking to hit leg side. Now, can Sylvester maybe change the pace or get the Yorker in outside the off stump, make him look to hit offside. Let's see how strong he is there. That's a good change of line. Gets it away for 2. Doesn't hit it as cleanly through the offside as he does leg side.
Yeah, sometimes you've got to change your angle as well. If the guy's liking leg side and you're bowling over the wicket into his pads, well, maybe you come around the wicket, change the angle, go as wide on the crease as possible and fire in the middle stump from there. Another full toss. Be lucky to get away with just the 2 here. They're coming back. He'll have to be quick, but the throw is wide. So just 2 balls remaining. They're 149. I just reckon 150, 155, and they're going to be in with a chance here. Slower delivery. He's got that in the gap as well. They'll come back for 2. So 1 ball remaining. That 14 off this over. He's going to try and hit this for 6, Bish. No risk.
Well, what is instructive, folks, what is instructive is that 130 is the highest successful run chase in the tournament so far. 131 gotten. Now, 1 short signal by the umpires, so the score will be back down by 1. Be interesting tonight. I think we have a big game on. Last ball.
And very, very well bowled. Under pressure. They've got to come back for 2. And that's the 20 overs gone. They finished with 152 for 4 after those hiccups early, and a magnificent partnership of 105 between Carter and Hinds. Just off 89 balls. Sir Alan Stanford is there. He's pretty happy with proceedings tonight. Good score of 152 for 4. And let's go down to Mike Hazeman.
Yeah, thanks, Bruce. I've got Jonathan Carter alongside me. Jonathan, first of all, well played. That was a fine knock.
Thanks. I was a bit nervous at first, but saying the run rate, I just tell Ryan and the others that were bringing out the water that the run rate needs to be carried a little bit higher. And I decided that I was going to go. I told Ryan that he could work around the ball and I would go.
Okay, now the conditions out there are pretty good for batting.
Definitely. When it first came out, Ryan told me the ball was keeping low, and yes, it was keeping low, but I just put my faith in God and I batted to the best of my ability.
One of the things that we've been talking about, the commentators as well, is the fact this outfield is drier tonight. The ball's skipping. Is it worth more runs? How many more runs do you think it's worth?
I'd say about 15, 20 more runs.
Okay.
And that's worth a lot.
Okay. Have you guys got enough? 152. Have you got enough on the board?
Yeah, we have enough runs on the board because we have the bowlers to bowl a side under 100. And we believe in our bowlers.
Okay, now one of the things everyone's been saying as well is the fact that Barbados is their bowling's the strength. The batters have to come to the fore. You guys have baked the cake. Now the bowler's got to ice it.
Yeah, I think it's up to the likes of Tino Best and Suleiman Ben. Those are our first string bowlers, so they need to bowl well at top.
Okay, Jonathan, thanks for your time. Well
Thanks
played.
a lot.
Okay, let's go back upstairs.
Thank you, Hazy, and Jonathan Carter, a star of the future, that young man. You can see there he got 61 from 49. When Hinds was really struggling, Hinds picked up the ante a bit later on. That was after they'd lost 2 early wickets. Dwayne Smith was run out for duck. He was a big hitter, didn't even face a ball. And Holder was fabulous at the end, 22 from just 10 deliveries, got them to 152 for 4. So Pascal bowled well. They all bowled pretty well, actually. No one went for plenty. Plenty is 10 to 12 and over. And the run-outs and the 2 wickets, 1 each to George and Etienne. So after 20 overs and the 15 extras, 152 for 4.
A warm welcome back to all of you, and we thank you once again for spending time with us in observing this Stanford 2020 tournament. Let me bring you up to date if you've just come in for some reason and you want to find out what has transpired. Grenada won the toss tonight, asked Barbados to bat first on a superb surface. There was some movement early on, and Barbados lost a couple of wickets. They lost Richards and Patrick Brown, but Ryan Hinds and Jonathan Carter came together. They got a 100 partnership going. Young Carter was very, very good, only 20 years old, and they got to 152 for 4. Alcinda Holder, 22 of 10, was also instrumental in this total. Pat Simcox is alongside me, and yes, they got 152. Pat, how how much of a pass score is this? Is this 152 what Barbados would have expected? Could they have gotten more? Did they surpass expectations?
Well, if I look at the batting quality that we saw from Carter, had he gone on and batted for another 3 or 4 overs, I think 170 was on. When Grenada look at it, they probably look at the extras. 10% of the runs, 15 extras were scored, and that's far too many. And you know, on that basis, you'd say Grenada would be unhappy that they got as many as they did. Barbados 150, they've got it on the door now. And batting second is, yes, you know what you're chasing, but it's tough to hold your nerve, and that's going to be the real test for Grenada tonight.
It is significantly, well, a better performance than they did when they played Dominica. Different surface then. So what we'll do now is have a look at what has happened during that Barbados innings and look at the wickets that fell. It was pressure early, and Richards was the first to go by the run-out route. This guy, Baptiste, has had a good night in the field, Patrick.
Great arm. He's got a wonderful throwing style. If you look how he throws over the top, so his accuracy is always going to be good, and that was just, well, it was a great throw, but really poor running. And then, of course, as a spinner, I could not help but enjoy that. I mean, that bounce and turn, beautiful flight, and just a little bit, but wonderful keeping. See him catch the ball on the back and move it forward. He didn't catch it forward going back.
And then Carter played brilliantly. He had a few chances, he had a few lives, but eventually he held out again down to Baptiste. But it was an exceptional innings given the circumstances and the context of the match from a 20-year-old. I really think he's one for the future.
Oh, there's absolutely no doubt. It's an amazing opportunity. And oh, he holds on to it. And then Dwayne Smith. This was just committing suicide. There was never a 2 there. Not from one of those fielders who've seen such a great arm. But yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that young Carter's going to be seen at the next level. And he needs to spend some time now with some quality players.
Yeah, this was a big run out because it's Baptiste again. Good arm, flat throw. And also the fact that it was Dwayne Smith, the batsman, who was run out there. Dwayne Smith, one of those players who can really accelerate the innings.
Yeah, absolutely. And that probably leads me to say they're a little bit shy of what they could have got.
Yeah, but it's runs on the board, so they have to really bowl well. Now, Carter, we spoke about him. If you missed it, just have a look, Patrick, and enjoy some of his shots. He's only slight of build, but he packs a punch.
Well, it's all about timing, isn't it? And I like the way he gets the front foot out the way, clears the hip, and so freely hits the ball on the move. Just wonderful timing and balance. We often speak about balance.
And it's the intent as well. And you see, he said he was a little bit nervous initially, but those red lines and the sixes, one straight down the ground, 3 of them over that wide, long on, straight mid-wicket area, and a number of singles running very well between the wickets. He's sharp. So for a young guy to come in and batting with a senior partner as well, Pat, he batted with Ryan Hinds, who's late 20s, maybe 27, and an established player, and dominating the partnership says something about him.
Yeah, and I thought Hinds did well as well, because he just let it happen, didn't he? He watched from the other side, got the singles. But yeah, I like there's something about him. He's got flair. There's no doubt that this kid has got flair. And there's something, he reminds me of someone in world cricket. I'm not sure who it is, but there's someone who plays very similar to him. The name will come to me a bit later on, but clearly one for the future.
And Grenada did well, it has to be said, the first 10 overs again. And maybe, you know, you have to give them credit. They're not one of the established superpowers, but they fought well. But they're just one or two areas where they probably have let themselves down, and that's the catching so far in the match. We don't know if it will be critical, but they pride themselves on their fielding, and they just dropped maybe 3 or 4 catches that they could have held on.
The old adage, catches win matches. That was a really tough one. I wouldn't even class that as a drop catch, but there were some really easier ones. I mean, I think that one was, you know, you take that 19 out of 20. And
particularly Dennis George, who I think is one of the best fieldsmen in this tournament.
Another one you'd want to catch.
So Fletcher is the opening batsman who much will be expected of. There was a little bit of a misstumping that he missed as well, but Carter was dropped on 12, he was dropped on 40 odd. So it sort of grinds away at you. No fielder drops it on purpose, Patrick, but can they lift themselves? Can they forget about that and come out and do what they need to do?
Well, they're going to have to, and of course they're going to face some real hostile fast bowling, because their opening man dished it out, didn't he? He dished it out. Time to face the music now.
Yes, Tino Best is what Pat Simcox is referring to, and he is a real talent. And I noticed when they played first bat, one of the downfalls of Tino Best was that he was too animated. Once he got across that white line, they said that he had white line fever. Didn't really put as much thought into his proceedings as possible. But in that first game, his body language was calm, he was very focused, and I just wonder if it's a new Tino Best.
I think it could be, you know, he may be maturing, and I think Vasper Drakes will be a big help as a coach in making sure he just harnesses his emotions just a little bit and make sure that he gets the ball in the right area, especially tonight. Get the ball in the right area often and just let the ball do the work. Don't get caught up in trying to bowl faster than anybody else. I know fast bowling, you love it, we all love it, but sometimes fast bowling in the wrong area can make you pay dearly.
Suleiman Ben?
I love him. I had a little chat to him. I said to him, if he puts his mind to it, I think Suleiman Ben can play Test cricket for 6 to 7 years and set himself up beautifully. That's his challenge. He's got every talent in the world.
Yes, that is certainly something that Barbados will have to bowl as a unit as well. Ryan Hinds will bowl his left arm orthodox. Dwayne Smith, very sort of underrated bowler, Pat.
He is, but you know, again, Bish, you can't help thinking that what you've got to do is no matter how well you bowl, we've seen it again in the field, if you don't back it up with good fielding, run-out opportunities, as good as you bowl, it's not going to help you much.
One of the downsides, well, not a downside, folks, if you missed it, Patrick, one of the difficulties for Grenada is that Kieran Campbell, who opened the batting, captained the team previously, and one of their better players, to be quite honest, injured his finger a little early on in the game. And this is what happened, folks. If you look at it, he dislocated it. There's a fear that it might be broken.
Well, I've got news for him. Strap it up, take a pain tablet, get in the mix as fast as you can. There's a game to be won. There's $1 million up for grabs. They know it as well. They love it. Sorry, Matt. Get it sorted.
It's painful, Patrick. I have to admit to you, I experienced it once, unfortunately.
How long did it keep you out for? About a minute?
I wouldn't want to put any impressions on Campbell. There we go. There, Sherwin Winchester. Entertaining this. Garrett Mead, one of our cameramen, trying to keep up. I'm not sure that he can. It's a different cultural disparity here. Soca Monarch of Trinidad and Tobago. Well, with that, we'll take a break and come back to the Stanford Cricket Ground in a moment. The bowlers contributed to, I suppose, what is limiting Barbados to a decent score. But in this tournament, it's hard to chase anything over 130 successfully. It's not been done. Grenada need 153. They've got Devon Smith and Raul Lewis back. Remember, from West Indies duty, they need to score just over 7.5 per over. So we have a game on. Can Grenada do it? Or will Barbados' bowlers, who really are a strong point of their unit, dominate tonight? It's a good pitch. Billy Doctrove leading as the senior umpire, making their way out to the middle. Game on, game on. Plenty of Grenadian support. Can Grenada hold their nerve? And I say that because Barbados come in as favourites, the established team. All of the senior teams, the big four of regional cricket in these quarterfinals, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Guyana and Jamaica. Nevis will be playing. Antigua-Barbuda will be playing. This is the second quarterfinal. 2 more to go after this. Barbados, they've never reached the semi-final of the Stanford 2020. Can they do it tonight? Can they? Or will Grenada triumph? Let's find out. Our first voices in the commentary box are Pat Simcox and Tony Cozier.
Thank you, Ian Bishop. Here come the Grenada opening batsman. And Devon Smith, the little left-hander, had a very difficult tour of Zimbabwe and South Africa with the West Indies, but finished off with a bang. 91 he got in the last one-day international against South Africa, and that was his last innings. And he has the experience, he has the firepower in which he can get this innings off in a blaze of strokes. With him, Fletcher, the youngster, keeper, who's already made his mark in this tournament. He did in 2006. Right-hander, there he is, Andrew Fletcher. And a very good average and a very good strike rate as well.
Yes, folks, and they're going to be facing some heat, man, because Tino Best knows that up front he wants to make sure his team get psychological advantage straight away. He's going to come running in at least 145. He's been the fastest in the tournament, that's no doubt, but he wants to get faster. He wants to bowl it as fast as he can. He's got to get in the right area. Now, the field placing will be a slip in place. I'd be surprised if there wasn't two in place. And they've got to make sure they stop the singles. There's the one slip there. And the other one there. There. Now, folks, if you're sitting at home watching this, hold on to your seat, because I think that this is going to be an exciting little first 10 overs here. There is so much to play for. You lose, you're gone. You're out of the $1 million. You win, you're in the jackpot. There are not many sides to go after that. And Tony Kozia, he's itching for this game to get going.
Here's Tino Best trying to live up to his surname. And starts with a no ball. It's over the waist, slip from his grasp. A warning from umpire Billy Doctrove. Tino Best has had difficulties with balls such as that, deliveries such as that, beamers they're called.
Well, this may shake his confidence a little bit. He's got to be now more than careful. He's got to probably just try and hit length.
Sorts of confusion out there. No free hit after that no ball because it was above the level of the waist. Only when the bowler oversteps the front crease, and we saw that from Grenada tonight. They were very good on the ground. They bowled generally well, but they spilled 4 catches. There was a missed stumping and 5 no balls, therefore 5 free hits. Indiscipline in that area.
Well, he's hit him at 145 kilometers an hour. It was on to him in a flash. Prepare to take it on, which would mean... Let's have a look where it hit him. Yeah, straight on the grid. Now, if you didn't have one of those on, you'd have been spitting some teeth out, picking them up on the ground, maybe in hospital by now. Real pace.
Well, I think he has probably to get some assistance from the dressing room with that grill. It's been damaged. It's not in the same condition it was a delivery ago. There's quite a distinct dent on it.
Look at the speed, the time that you're going to have to see it. Half a second. Right, here we go. Take that, son. Fetch that ball. All the way for 4. What a great reply.
Well, he's taken a blow on the grill of the helmet. That must have shaken him. But then he comes back and produces this shot through the offside for a boundary. Raced away for 4. 92 miles an hour that delivery. It came down to Devon Smith. It went from the bat even faster.
Yep, it was the fastest ball of the tournament. Went for 4. Buckle in. Best not going to like that at all.
Just to push into the offside for a single. So that 4th delivery, 148.1 kilometers an hour. There are not many bowlers in international cricket who can generate the pace of over 90 miles an hour. Best is one of them.
Two slips in place for the right-hander. Oh, that's a good delivery. Lots of pace and bounce. He's found his rhythm as best. Difficult to play.
Tino Best has played quite a few test matches for the West Indies and one-day internationals, but he won't be available any longer. He's signed a contract with the Indian Cricket League, the 20 overs tournament, non-sanctioned tournament, unofficial. Here he is, last delivery. Wide, real wide. So he is wild, he is fast, but he's had a no ball and a wide already in his first over, and 7 have come from it.
Yeah, his biggest problem is his emotions, isn't it? He's got to chain those. But just have a look at the eyes of Fletcher. They're wide. This is the time when you're standing on the other end, somebody's running in at 145 plus, and have your wits about you. Get into line, lift the bat up early, be light on your feet. Keep watching. The adrenaline flows through you. Lovely drive. Oh yes. He got it wrong and been punished again for 4. 11 off the first over. Dramatic one.
Well, that's over pitched. It's a half volley, as was the previous boundary hit by Devon Smith. So it's a good start, an exciting start. Batsman hit on the helmet. We've had an above the waist no ball. We've had a wide. We've had 2 spanking boundaries through the offside. 11 off the first over.
Without loss at the moment, so Barbados just perhaps getting a bit of tap at that first over from Tino Best. I'll tell you where I've come to now. I've come to a new area at the Stanford Cricket Ground, which is the nets. Now the nets, they're actually quite spectacular. Some of the best nets I've seen in the Caribbean, that's for sure, if not best. And what's also nice about it is under lights. So the Jamaican boys are here at the moment practicing under lights. I don't know if, Rowan, if you can just pick up one of the stars we've been waiting to see here. Chris Gale is here, and they're practicing for their game against Nevis tomorrow, and they've had quite a solid workout. So it's nice to see. Nevis, by the way, had a training session a little bit earlier as well. And the boys are certainly making full use of this nets at the Stanford Cricket Ground. Now I've got one of the stars from Jamaica alongside me, Marlon Samuels, I should say. Marlon, welcome back.
Well, it's always a pleasure being back, you know. So good night to all the viewers and all the listeners as well.
And you guys have put in a solid workout tonight here in the nets.
Oh, most definitely after the last one, so we have to continue to work hard as possible to try and take it home this time.
And of course, you're one of the 5 new faces we're going to sing with Jamaica tomorrow. All the boys back from the South African trip.
Oh, most definitely. We're back a little bit tired, but we're getting there, getting better acclimatized to the Jamaican weather. Now we're in Antigua, so we're going to come and play some hard cricket.
You're a very experienced cricketer. We know that. And well, hang on a sec. We're going to have to refer this to the third umpire. We'll come back shortly.
Dwayne Smith, you don't run to him. He's one of the best fielders in the West Indies. Looked very much like Smith, and if it wasn't, well, certainly the fielder with the kind of efficiency we are usually associate with Smith. He usually is in that position, Dwayne Smith. And he's a long way out, Andre Fletcher. Got another run out in this tournament. Fletcher has to go. 11 for 1, Fletcher gone.
What a big blow. What a big blow. At this early stage, the last thing you needed when you're chasing that score was to have one of your major batters run out. Well, he hit a boundary through extra cover. It was a good shot. Weathered the storm in 1 over. Gone for 1. Gone for 4. 11 for 1 now.
Andrew Fletcher run out by Carter for 4. It's 11 for 1. The new batsman is batting.
So Randall Baptiste is a new batsman. Of course, he's got some work. Wicket falling early in the middle. I'm still in the nets, by the way, having a chat to Marlon Samuels. Marlon, what I was going to be saying to you is we just watched some action. It's another decision. Things. Let's go back, commentators.
Well, what a sensational start this is. Umpire James Stevens took a long time to give it, and it looks as if it's caught. Seemed too high for a leg before a decision. Let's have a look here. Ball going high, then off the inside edge, bobbed up in the air. The keeper takes it. A delay in making the decision. Suleiman Ben asked for it, and the umpire then raises the finger. Well, it looked as if he was shaking his head initially. So it's 11 for 2.
Tell us for the new batsman, and under pressure now. A couple of quick wickets falling at the start of this innings, and I'm still with Samuels. We'll try and get an interview. We'll try stage. We'll see what the action is in the middle, just in case. So I've got Marlon. Let's try again, Marlon. What I was going to say to you is that you're a very relaxed character out in the middle, but how pumped up 2020?
Oh, I'm very pumped up. Relaxation. I use it to pump up. So knowing that 20 is a very difficult game, it's not as easy. That's the fast pace going, so you have to be moving, bowling, fielding, and batting as well. So you have to be pumped up.
Okay, now tell us about that relaxed atmosphere. I mean, you